We'll move on now to our Rock Jr. 14 laps. Good looking field of driver. Matias Ramirez inside row number 1. Ryan Norberg to the outside in the 248. David Malacca starting 3rd in the 79. Jimmy Cabrera in the 81 starting 4th. Luis Jose Fortiza starting 5th. Again, we'll see yellow flag, no start. Continue on with your starting lineup. Mayo Livingston in the 246 starting 6th. Starting 7th, I think it's Fernandez in the 79. Starting 8th, the 256 of Theo Chick. Jacobo Gagliano starting in the 9th spot in the 104. Starting 10th, the 14 of Seve DePinto. Olivia Bellinger in the 230 starting 11th. 12th, it'll be the 19 of Alex Sullivan. Vincenzo Saraceno in the 01 starting 13th. 14th, it'll be 292 of Christian Munez. Nick Sanchez in the 88X starting 15th. Sasha Bonwibo in the 21 starting 16th. And the 77X of Henry Brass starting 17th. And this will be Rock Jr., 14 laps. Diaz Ramirez finishing 2nd in race weekend number 3 at Jacksonville. He's on the pole position. Brian going to show him green. We're underway. And heavy traffic off turn number 1. Ramirez with the advantage through the chicane. And Ramirez on a Tony kart. And again, very talented young driver, Ramirez. Again, a lot of laps here at the Ocala Grand Prix. Of course, driving for the Ocala Grand Prix team. And spent a lot of time here at Ocala Grand Prix. And right now, he's showing his stuff early on. As he'll come off the tree turn with the advantage. And he'll take the 151 to the top of the oval for lap number 1 for Ramirez. Again, Ramirez qualified 37.438. And he'll head down into turn number 1 with a good 3-kart length advantage. Traffic going to scatter around mid-pack as those drivers try to find that spot through the chicane. Led by Ramirez with a good 3-kart length advantage. Ryan Norberg. Ryan having a lot of success over the summer. You've seen his name on that podium a handful of times. And right now, Norberg in behind your race leader, Ramirez, off the tree turn. And he'll head to the top of the oval, led by Ramirez. David Malakis in the 79. That blue kart right now sits back in 3rd. As he'll head through the chicane. David gets a good run on Ryan Norberg as they come through that chicane. Now a little separation there. And now David with company sneaking up on him, and he'll see that spot go by. So a little exchange now for that spot. Looks like Jimmy Cabrera will move up to 3rd. That's some heavy traffic coming off that hairpin turn. So again, flip-flopping back and forth for 3rd as they come off the top of the oval. Right now it's Ramirez, your leader, as he heads to the line. 3 laps complete. Malacca sits back in 3rd. Again, running 4th is Cabrera. 5th, it'll be Luis Jose Fortiza. Fortiza, a winner in Jacksonville in race weekend number 3. Fortiza comes in the weekend as your points leader. 3 straight victories for Luis Jose Fortiza, but he may have some news coming his way because right now, off to a great start is Ramirez. Quick time in qualifying. Right now, Ramirez continued to open up that gap. Ryan Norberg holding on to that 2nd spot again. Norberg getting some breathing room now. He was under the gun. Malak was staying right with him along with Cabrera. And now we're seeing that little exchange there as Norberg gets some breathing room between him and 3rd place running Malacas as they come off that off the chicane. Again, Ramirez, lap number 3, turned to 37.741. Not quite what he qualified with, a 37.438. Obviously, temperatures are starting to heat up on the track, a little cooler this morning. Gotta believe Ramirez right on track. 5 laps complete when they head to the line, led by Ramirez. Ramirez down into turn number 1, opens up a 1.5-second advantage now over Ryan Norberg. Malacas in the 79 continue to be pestered by Jimmy Cabrera. Jimmy in the 81. David in the 79. We'll be closing in on the halfway point. Really settled in nice. Here's Ramirez. And I talked about Ramirez having a lot of laps here on that Tony kart. He had a very busy driver for Ramirez. Tell you, Ramirez had it set up very strong when he took that initial green flag. Was able to keep the field in behind him, and once this young man gets up front, he's hard to bring in. So 6 laps down, 6 to go. Your running order, it's Ramirez your leader. Ryan Norberg running second. Likas running third. Cabrera running fourth. Fortiza running fifth. Livingston sixth. Seventh, it's Theo Chick. Fernandez running eighth. Saraceno in the 10th spot. Ballinger jumps up into the 12th spot. Nunez now 13th. Seve de Pinto 14th. Sullivan 15th. Again, Ramirez 7 laps in. And again, Ramirez now with a full 2-second advantage. Ramirez back in lap number 5, turned to 37.626. That was 2 laps ago for Ramirez. So Matias settled in now, making it look easy, just moving right along. Ryan Norberg, he was contested early on, but boy, Ryan Norberg's flying solo in that second position. Nobody around him. David Malakis in the 79. David making his first start with Rock Cup this season. And right now, David's sitting back into that 3rd spot. Jimmy Cabrera running 4th. Luis Jose Fortiza looking for 4 straight victories so far. And right now, Fortiza, your points leader, sits back in the 5th position. Fortiza 4 seconds behind your leader. As Ramirez again, pretty much I would say it's his home track. The young man's got a lot of laps here at the Ocala Grand Prix. Very talented driver. You talk about Norberg. Been on the podium in some big events this summer. Norberg right now holding on to second. With 9 laps complete this time by Norberg, now 2.3 seconds behind your leader. Traffic stretching out. Nobody really getting out of line. Seve de Pinto right now being scored in the 11th spot. He's in behind Munez. Saraceno 9th, Bellinger 8th. Those guys been kind of shuffling around a little bit, but Ramirez into the tree turn. 9 laps complete, 14-lap pre-final. And 14-lap pre-final. There's Ramirez at a 251 machine as he heads down into turn at number 1. Matias Ramirez moving right along, making it look easy. Ramirez with a 2.4 second advantage. Looking back at quick time, Ramirez in lap number 8, he had quick time 37.620. Backing up why he's up front, turning quick laps, continue to hold on to that lead. David Malakis right now running 3rd. All of a sudden, David's getting some breathing room because heavy traffic. Little distance in behind him. 4th, 5th, and 6th going to shuffle around. We'll see him maneuver for position. Jumping up a spot, that'll be the 246 of Mayo Livingston. So Mayo Livingston gets up around Fortiza. So your points leader being challenged here this weekend early on. Luis Jose Fortiza. And again, seeing that heavy traffic. That's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th continuing to move around as they come off that tree turn. David going to look in behind his shoulder, currently running 3rd as they'll come down the front stretch. So final 2 laps to go. Ramirez well in hand. 2.8 second advantage for Matias Ramirez. Not really a big surprise. Have a lot of time watching Ramirez, and he is extremely comfortable. And right now he is settled in with 2 to go. There's Ramirez off the tree turn. So Ramirez coming off the top of the oval. Got to do it one more circuit. He'll pick up the white flag this time by. There's Matias Ramirez down into turn number 1. He'll come off at turn number 1 with a 2.9 second advantage. Norberg running 2nd. Malakis running 3rd. Livingston. Boy, good run going for Mayo Livingston. He's been battling just to get those couple spots and qualified 6th. Livingston running 4th. Fortiza 5th. Cabrera running in that 6th spot. Chick running 7th. Bellinger 8th. Saraceno 9th. Muniz running 10th. DePinto running 11th. Sullivan 12th. Eliano running 13th. Fernandez 14th. Sasha Branwebo 15th. And the field that come by will pick up the checker flag as Ramirez will cross the line as your winner. Picking up 2nd, Ryan Norberg. David Malakis will pick up 3rd. Livingston 4th. And your points leader, Luis Jose Fortiza, will cross the line in 5th. So there it is. Heat number 1 in the books for your Rock Junior. Matias Ramirez picking up the win, so it's been a great start for Ramirez. Set quick time earlier in qualifying and a solid run, boy, coming off that pole position. And you watch Ramirez and these guys that come out of the gate so strong coming into that turn number 1. So essential to try to get out to that lead in turn number 1. And once Ramirez, again, that's been the norm for Ramirez. Once he's up front, so hard to bring in, and he held his ground today. And takes it to a 3.1 second advantage over Ryan Norberg. David Malakis at 79. David making his first start with Rock Cup USA. Finishing 3rd, Mayo Livingston 4th. And your points leader, Luis Fortiza, coming home in the 5th spot. And again, Luis Jose Fortiza really hasn't been challenged. You go back to that win in Jacksonville. He crossed the line by 3.4 seconds over Matias Ramirez. So again, been very solid, but all of a sudden going to be challenged here this weekend. As your points leader, Luis Jose Fortiza coming home 5th. Up next, Rock Senior and Masters, 2 separate groups. And it'll be your shifters. Again, we'll get a quick 10-minute break. We'll move on to heat number 2. Don't forget, lunch will be catered in at 2:30 this afternoon. So we get down a little earlier. Don't leave. Don't go too far away, as we'll have lunch catered in at 2:30. Going to have the water slide going on. What a perfect day for a water slide. Hope that the adults are invited on that one. Just a hot day today. Of course, we'll have the paintball challenge, fun, food, a great afternoon. That all coming up this afternoon. But again, we will have lunch catered in at 2:30. So you want to hang out and enjoy a little time, hang out with some of the racers as we get through day number 1. But still ways to go. 2 heats today. And tomorrow we'll have heat number 3, pre-final and final. And again, take a look at some of the point standings. I'll tell you, this is going to come down to this final weekend in Orlando next month, mid part of September. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But, boy, it's going to be very exciting. We'll see some great points challenges coming down to that final weekend. And that's what makes it all about racing. Good time, close competition. And we have seen some very close competition here in the Rock Cup USA 2014 season.